Avalon's Separation Rapids resource is the largest undeveloped petalite resource in the world that can create a new supply for that market. So going forward, we want to be able to serve both the glass ceramics market and the battery materials market, and be able to help grow that whole market going forward. So I'm Don Bubar, President and CEO of Avalon Advanced Materials, AVL on the TSX and AVLNF on the OTCQB, and one of the leaders in Canada on getting a new lithium battery material supply chain started here. So I'm delighted to provide you with an update, and our time has finally come to get the supply chain started, with there being so much new demand now to establish these supply chains for critical minerals for clean technologies, including electric vehicles. And we need to be able to create new supply chains here, so we're not relying on China for all these critical minerals anymore, and complete the pivot away from relying on China for so many of these non-traditional commodities. We have them all on the ground here in Canada. It's time for us to start to produce them and attract the downstream manufacturing capacity to take advantage of our mineral resource wealth here in Canada. We announced in September that we've signed an MOU with LG Energy Solution, who are one of the companies aspiring to get manufacturing capacity for lithium-ion batteries established in North America and in Ontario specifically, and want to be able to know that there's going to be a supply of the lithium hydroxide that they need in the cathodes for lithium-ion batteries generated here in Ontario. And as I've pointed out many times, there's no shortage of lithium resources in Northern Ontario. So it's a matter of getting the midstream processing capacity established in a central location, for which Thunder Bay is ideal, being the transportation hub of northwestern Ontario and centrally located within proximity of many of the lithium resources in the north. So that's an ideal location to establish this facility, and LG are keen to now support us in getting it all started and create the long-term supply for them going forward. All of a sudden, there's been a very big interest amongst all the international glass ceramic manufacturers that make high-strength glass ceramic products that require lithium in the formulation, because their preferred way to introduce the lithium into the batch formulation is to use the high purity lithium aluminum silicate mineral petalite, because the aluminum and silica are also batch ingredients along with the lithium. So it's a pre-mixed way to introduce the lithium into the batch. And that's what they've always preferred to use. But now there is a global shortage of supply of petalite, because China's now taken control of the traditional resources in Zimbabwe. And Avalon's Separation Rapids resource is the largest undeveloped petalite resource in the world that can create a new supply for that market. So going forward, we want to be able to serve both the glass ceramics market and the battery materials market, and be able to help grow that whole market going forward. We're going to be able to take advantage of an existing processing facility while we get our own facility established on our Separation Rapids project. But the key first step is always to provide the end users with trial quantities of the product, so they can try it out, make sure it's going to serve their needs. So we need to be able to produce those trial quantities as the next step. And that's what we plan to be able to do next year by next spring in 2023 to get the whole ball rolling there. And then those end users can give us firm offtake commitments to allow us to scale the operation appropriately to be able to meet all their future needs. So we're excited about being able to show our longtime investors that we're now at the stage where we're going to be able to start to generate revenue, and that will support further growth in our business and perhaps expansion into other sectors of this whole new world of critical mineral supply chains.